What's cooking, Juventus fans? Welcome back to your old lady's favorite YouTube channel. Now, Max Allegri, give me some more of that. What a fantastic performance by the Juventus men, taking on Inter, sending them back home with a 2-0 defeat. Of course, we're going to talk about that as well as the other news. Stick with us. We'll fill you in. Ciao ragazzi, welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. Today it is a Monday, November 7th, 2022. Of course, my name is Justin Sofro. I will be your host today. If you haven't already, do me a solid favor. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon, stay notified for all of our latest videos. Before we get into it though, I just want to talk about this real quick. Obviously, the match that was yesterday, I apologize. I wasn't here yesterday for the watch along to do that with Julian Gianotti. I don't even know how to say this. My neighbor took out my internet. It's a better story to it, but we'll save that for now. We'll talk about it another time during a live, potentially. But anyway, lost my internet. Could not join for it, but I at least got to watch it on my phone. It's a mess. It's a mess. Anyway, fantastic performance by the guys in the club getting things done. Couple things. One, how much credit do you give Max Allegri? This is winning a bit the ways that he likes to win. 2-0. Rabiot ended up doing that, balling out. You had, obviously, Kostic. I got to bend the knee to Kostic for this week, I guess. And then, of course, we got to talk about Nicolo Fagioli making his statement and making his presence known. I am here to stay. Get used to it. Sign me up. And I'm ready for it. I'm ready for the Nicolo Fagioli train to continue to take off and out of the station. Because one thing we know, if you've been here on the channel, I have been the #1 proponent of Nicolo Fagioli. I've never told you that I would rather have any other player than Nicolo Fagioli. I never said that Nicolo Fagioli wasn't ready for this league. I never said that he wasn't ready for this club. I always said that Nicky Beans is my guy, and I will stick to that. Anything you've heard otherwise is fake news. Obviously, also we can talk about Danilo. Should have had that goal. The entire nonsense around that BS, match fixing, if you will, trying to stop Juventus getting a goal. Absolute bull crap. It is what it is. But one thing we can do, let's be happy today. Is this a new way? Is this a new outlook for the club going forward? Do things change from here? Well, we'll talk about that in the coming weeks. 2 more games to go before the break. And look, if you're looking at the table right now, Juve are within 4 points of second place. 4 points of second place. Isn't that ridiculous? That's absolutely insane right now. I cannot believe it, especially given the way this season has felt so far. And also, how does that make us feel about Max Allegri? We'll talk about that in the future. But right now, let's stick with the news. What news do we have for you today? Well, let's go ahead and open it up with this. There was the Europa League draw. Was I awake for it? No. Did I pay attention to it? No. But Juventus will be playing in the Europa League against FC Nantes. I apologize. I do not know how to say it. They are a League One competitive team right now in France. I believe they currently sit in 16th overall in the 20-team league. So maybe that gives Juventus a good chance to go against them. I actually looked up some fun facts about Nantes, trying to pretend, fake it, if you will, that I really know or care about the team that they're competing against right now. If you're Juventus, you beat this team. You beat this squad. You move forward. It also opens up the entire conversation that we could have of, do we care about the Europa League? What is the importance of the Europa League? Who needs to be playing in it? And how much focus do we need to put on this? I think Julian and Alejandro and myself all have differing viewpoints on this. But Forza Juve, you're in it. Go win this thing. I guess that's what I have to say for right now. All right, let's continue on and let's go talk about the injury situation with Juventus right now and how this could affect the club moving forward throughout its competition. Right now, Romeo Gunessi reports that Paredes and McKennie partially trained with the rest of the squad this morning. So both of those players are getting closer and closer to being healed up and back with the squad. Leandro Paredes, one that could be interesting moving forward. But let's shift into the one I know you all want to talk about, and I know you're all going to give your feelings about. And that is, of course, Weston McKennie. How is this going to affect the club moving forward if he does get healthy, if he returns to play for either of these last 2 matches? And then, of course, what does it mean for next, January when we get started back up? Unless unless Weston McKennie gets sold somehow during this winter mercado. It seems less than likely right now due to the lack of suitors, but also if you're looking at Juventus, one thing that I know a lot of people have been frustrated about is that Weston McKennie has been utilized and prioritized over players like Nicolo Fagioli. You're using him, using Cuadrado instead of these young guys. And look what Fagioli has been doing. My man is absolutely cooking with the pot. That's what he's doing. That's what Nicky Beans is doing right now. Need to keep him back in this thing. Max Allegri, hear me out. Don't make me come out there, son. Don't make me fly out to Turin. Don't do it. Don't bitch Nicky Beans for Weston McKennie right now. We don't need it. Do not ruin a good thing. All right. Let's continue on right now. Let's move it on to another topic, another player that maybe you haven't heard of in a long time. I haven't heard that name in quite a while. Is Calcio Mercato's reporting that Flamengo are ready to ask Juventus for Kaio Jorge on loan. This is another player. This is, like, to me, the penultimate player of Juventus. What happened to him? Where is he? Where'd he go? I know he was injured, and I know whatever, but we have not heard a peep out of Kaio Jorge in how long. But this will be an interesting move. If he is healthy, if he is going to go on over to Flamengo, what happens there? What does that mean for Juventus's retaining of him? What does it mean for the player in general? Especially, remember all the nonsense that was sold out there about Kaio Jorge being the next Neymar, the next Ronaldo. Yeah, he ain't that. He is not that. Juventus swung their stick. They got him before AC Milan could go ahead and get him. And instead, right now, he just hasn't panned out. He's had injuries. We'll see if that ends up being where he may go out on loan for maybe the remainder of the year or maybe longer. We'll see. All right. And then, of course, one of the big news topics of the day, given his performance as of recently, he's been balling out. And I have thoughts about this. So let's talk about this news topic and then we'll really cover that there. But Gazzetta dello Sport is reporting saying that Adrien Rabiot is feeling good at Juventus, but to renew his contract isn't straightforward. Juventus will make contact with his agent mother, Veronique. The chances of him leaving Juve on a free are still pretty high. EPL clubs Chelsea and Liverpool are interested. Obviously, remember all the nonsense that happened last summer with Manchester United, the sums of money that he was demanding, 11 million euros plus over there. For him to stay at the club, one, he is not getting that kind of money. No way in hell is that happening. But right now, he's definitely doing some good things to raise his value, especially in a market where if you have a Chelsea, you have a Liverpool come here, you can make a pretty penny off of him before he were to leave on a free. But for that to happen, it has to get done in the January Mercado. Is Max Allegri going to fight to keep him? That's another thing we will have to see, especially given that we all know he looks at him as a son. We always say his son, Rabiot, right? Additionally, one of the things I get worried about is sometimes you see a player give a extraordinary performance when they're trying to get that renewal, when they're trying to find that next job, that next step that they want to take, which is fine for this season. But what happens if Juve were to go in, renew him, maybe give him a raise from what he's making already, and then he comes back next season and the season after looking like the same damn player we've seen for the last 3 seasons until really lately, the last couple weeks, right? So that's one of the things I worry about. One of the things I am a little bit pessimistic about when it comes to Rabiot. But if you can keep up these kind of performances going into the future, I'd be open to seeing him stay. We'll see if he has that opportunity in the future. All right. That'll do it really for this edition of the news. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section down below. If you haven't already, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that bell icon, stay notified for all of our latest videos. You can follow me at Justin Sofer on Twitter. Follow my boy Julian Genotti at Genotti151 on Twitter as well. Of course, Alejandro at AlejandraBZ. And you can follow bianconerizone at bianconerizone, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. We will see you guys next time. Forza Juve, Forza Bianconeri. Say hello to the old lady for me.